With the big awards for the film industry approaching, here comes celebrity gifting again. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Distinctive Assets, producer of the Everyone Wins nominee gift bags, is founder Lash Fary. Hi, Lash.
Great to chat with you again, especially about our extraordinary nominee gift bags.
You really have assembled quite an array of products that are being given to the top Oscar nominees. Let's talk a little bit about the background first. How did this start?
We started out the same way we've continued, which is the intention of saying, sorry that you lost, because that's a bummer, and here are some consolation gifts. And now we've got about $350,000 worth of consolation gifts this year. So the bigger the potential award, the bigger the disappointment. So this is a pretty big award, I'd say. So we got to make sure that they've got appropriate consolation gifts.
Well, let's talk about some of these things, many of which you have on the table and others can't be put on the table. Tell us about it.
Well, we have over $200,000 worth of trips alone this year. One of them is from Essence of Dreams. This is a private luxury villa in Costa Rica. It sits on top of a mountain. You've got views of the Pacific Ocean and mountain ranges and volcanoes. 4 other trips around the world. We're even including the luggage that they'll need for those trips, compliments of Asia luggage. This is a premium Japanese brand. We actually put all the gifts that we deliver in the suitcases from Asia luggage. You're getting both this large piece and a smaller carry-on. I love the kabuki theme. We've got beauty products galore. Our friends at Danusera are doing 2 of my favorite products, their CeraBalm and their D22 tonic. Also giving them the chance to skip the wait list for their Sculpt and Lift facial. Hydration on the go from Hydro Jug. We've got gummies, which are so delicious from Dr. Simi. Glymate doing their sugar balance product. We've got UFOs, Comfort slides. And then, because I know your beat is tech, we've also got this really cool item from Ballet. This is a cryptocurrency storage device, a cold wallet that's, because it's the Oscars, 24 karat gold plated.
That's really wild. And some of the other things that can't be put on there, there's a custom prenup agreement and, and a 20.
This one is so great. It's from Trusted Prenup, and it's literally the attorney who billionaires hire to do their actual prenup has done a templatized way for you to have, still customized, but a template form. So it's quite affordable. Everyone can take advantage of it. So if you've got some assets you're looking to protect, go check out Trusted Prenup before you get married.
And I wonder if it can be used more than once for some of these.
Only once, but they are allowing it to be completely transferable. So usually the gift certificates are non-transferable, but that can be shared if you're already locked down and got your prenup, or you're like Rihanna and you're going prenup less, then you can pass that along to a friend.
Then there is a certificate for facial plastic surgery.
Yes, I'm old enough now where I'm starting to investigate these types of things. So we've got the country's leading facial plastic surgeon, Dr. Constantine, on the Upper East Side of New York, who's doing a $25,000, if they need it, facelift package. He does other stuff too. We've got all sorts of non-surgical treatments as well for them. If they're in LA and want a little glow up, they can pop into Desoir Spa and get all sorts of the latest and greatest skincare treatments.
And then there's a different one for liposuction, I saw too.
Yes, Dr. Sue of Art Lipo is doing arms and leg lipo if they might need that. So no judgment on our side. We want folks to look their best as long as possible and to feel as comfortable as possible.
So also a plant-based pocketbook, a bag, and seaweed caviar as well, which I'm
Yes,
not sure how
absolutely.
that tastes. I guess it's
Everyone
probably very
wins.
good.
And because our friends at PETA really believe that, they're making sure that the animals win too. So this is from a couture vegan handbag line called Gunaz that PETA introduced us to. They're also including Caviart, which is plant-based caviar. So it's sort of a whole luxury theme, but with a kindness through line.
Terrific. What are your favorites here, or have you had other favorites over the years?
I am happy to say that the majority of this bag is filled with my actual real life favorite items. So we've got Blanc Par Rouge, which is a Canadian brand that makes the world's best maple syrup. This is the maple syrup I put on my pancakes and waffles in my own home that we're actually sharing. We're using the Vital Proteins, which is something I put in my coffee every morning. So you've got your collagen peptides. We've got my favorite tea from Tea Forte. This is really a way to elevate your tea game. And literally I could go down the list of products that I use every day. And I'm excited to share with my friends, even if they're not Oscar nominees.
And you've got a heck of a travel mug to sip from.
I love a little glitter on my travel mug. So I love that I specifically requested from Hydrojug that they do this really cool glitter top coat on these leak-proof travelers of theirs.
Tell me about, if you can, some of the comments you've gotten back from recipients of these
Well,
bags.
the probably most popular, especially if they happen to answer the door themselves when we deliver it, is this is all for me because it comes in multiple suitcases. It's a lot of product. Rachel McAdams was actually in her business manager's office the day we were delivering hers last, and she saw the suitcases being wheeled in, and she popped her head out of the meeting room, and she's like, is that my nominee gift bag? So what I love and what's very gratifying for me is that so many of these nominees are familiar with this particular bag and they've seen, the reports on Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood and stuff about it, or they read an article. We had a nominee a couple years ago whose bag was being held for him somewhere and he didn't know where it was. And it was a few weeks after the event and he saw an article about everything that was in the gift bag. And so we got in touch with by one of his people wanting to know where his gift bag was. So we had to track it down and make sure it got routed to him.
And looks like a lot of work putting these together. How do you decide what goes in?
This is a year-round endeavor, and like I said, it always starts with stuff that I'm actually using and loving in my real life. We have brands contact us. We have my team of folks who's reaching out as well. We get contacted on Instagram quite often, so you can actually go to my Instagram at Swag Assets if you've got a product that you think would be celebrity worthy. And it's not just expensive stuff, so we've also got $5 snacks, for example, from True Fruit. These are freeze-dried fruit covered in chocolate. I'm obsessed with these. Skinny Dipped, another healthy treat. These are chocolate-covered coconut almond bites, and these are $5 a bag. So it doesn't have to be an expensive item.
Terrific. Where can everyone go to get more info and learn about more of the fun?
Just head on over to Swag Assets on Instagram, and you can learn about all this stuff and more.
Lash Fary, thank you so much for spending time with us.
My pleasure. Have a great Oscars weekend.
The Haven 10,000 lantern is a smartly designed, beautiful solar light that you will love indoors or out. It is waterproof with up to 1,200 lumens of brightness, that's a lot of light, and the base becomes a flashlight at the push of a button. The power comes from a built-in lithium-ion battery recharged by the sun, the solar panel is built in, or USB-C. The battery can even recharge your phone. Did we mention how durable it is, how it folds down and can run for up to 120 hours on a charge? But the real power of the Haven Lantern comes from the people behind it and their mission to provide this quality lighting to those in the world who need it most, including in disaster emergencies. Your purchase helps to fund those efforts, and if you use the code TEXTINATION20, you'll get it at a 20% discount. That's TEXTINATION20 at havenlantern.com. Create your haven.